And obviously, we talked about all these things. We talked about your experience in America, and obviously, you have a voice. And you, since I've known you, you've never been the type to like be shy about your views and stuff. Can I ask you about today's society? How do you feel about this? Is 2020. We have the Black Lives Matter movement going on. Thank you. Can you share your thoughts on it?
I'm a strong supporter. You know, I got African blood in me. You know, most Latinos do. Obviously, you have Latinos that are like very white, but most Latinos are mixed with African blood. I'm very aware of that. I believe Black Lives Matter is like it's the strongest movement that I have seen in America since the Black Panthers, which they were really voicing and trying to like protect, you know, the black population in this country. So
what does Black Lives Matter mean to you? Because I think a lot of people seem to
I mean, Black Lives Matter,
understand.
To me, it means specifically that the black experience in this country, and not just in this country, but throughout the world, has been one of subjugation and oppression. And Black Lives Matter means, to me, and I believe that to everyone that understands this, is Black lives are important. Black lives should be recognized as everybody else's life, as simple as that.
Yeah,
but to a lot of people, the saying of Black Lives Matter to them means, oh, you threatening my existence. Like white people, like a lot, not every white people, but a lot of white people want to say, no, all lives matter. That's not what is being said. What Black Lives Matter stands for is like, no, you gotta recognize me, you gotta see me, you gotta uphold me just like you uphold everyone else.
I mean, to me, I think when you hear the terms Black Lives Matter, it's being screamed because since the black existence in the Americas, it's treated like it didn't matter. Like anything can happen to the black life, and it's like, oh, whatever. But if the same thing happens to somebody who isn't black or a person who is white, then it becomes, then we need justice, then we need this. But when it's for a black life, it's like, oh, they don't need justice. They don't matter. And to me, that's the interpretation of it. And I feel that a lot of the people who say, oh, all lives matter, are come from the same school of all men are created equal, but because you're black, you only 3/5 of
you're not a full man.
You're not a full man. But you said we were all equal. No. Yes, all people are equal, but you are not a person. So that's the same feeling I get when people say, no, all lives matter. Yeah. We understand that. And while you're saying all lives, you're leaving out black lives. We're trying to remind you, all lives matter. That is why blacks need to need to matter too. But some people don't get that, and I get that they don't want to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what's creating a huge problem. And we talked about the school that we went to, and recently I caught myself going back and forth with a lot of people from the school we went to. A lot of people who are Hispanic, who are not even, who were not born in America. And obviously we were not born in the United States of America, but I feel just like I care for my life and everybody else's life, I feel obviously I can relate to a black person in America, an African American, because I'm black in America. And on paper, I am an African American, but I am Haitian American. So I can relate to African Americans, and it's my duty to respect them in their own country. And I feel a lot of Latinos that we've gone to school with who come over here and automatically feel like they're better than blacks and demand more rights and freedom than blacks. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's pure ignorance. I mean, the only reason, like, and I see you post a lot about this, the only reason why a lot of Latinos get to come to this country and get to benefit from a lot of, the services that this country provides is because what the black population have done to pave the way, with the civil rights movement. And not just that, man, like, I think just the simple fact that a lot of these Latino nations were liberated by blacks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they spoke Spanish, but we was talking about this the other day. Simón Bolívar liberated Venezuela. And
And he received a lot of help from Haiti because
Haiti was the first, like you say this all the time, and we talk about this all the time, and this is something that we are aware of.
And that's what's crazy to me, because it was a lot of people who come from the countries of the Bolivar land. All the
ones my middle name, by the way, Victor Bolivar.
There you go. That's a dope
I said
name.
it.
So
it
they come.
Funny.
They come to America, to the United States of America, and they too look at blacks like, no, you're less than.
Yeah.
We your life doesn't matter. Your life, this and that. Or if you want, the thing that trips me out all the time is that if you want people to respect you in America, you have to work hard. Well, brother, like, this is their country. What do you mean? If you want them to respect you as the newcomer, you got to work. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, not to cut you off, as black people, I have to live in the black neighborhood. I have to have the black experience. I have to deal with it. And these black Americans that other people feel don't work hard, do work hard. They just don't get the same opportunity because of their skin color. So an immigrant who comes here and takes the advantage of having a lighter skin color now looks down on somebody with a darker skin color in their own country.
And then the thing is, a lot of Latinos are failing to realize, and that's not everyone. There's a lot of population of Latinos that support the Black Lives Matter movement, but I'm talking about a lot of Latinos, and in their own culture, there's this thing about colorism, and about, because of, I don't want, how can I say this word, because, I'm gonna say it, bro, the rape that has happened in the Americas with the population. It's a mind, like they hate their own skin. A lot of Latinos have a lot of African blood, bro. A lot of it. I was just looking at the percentages and stuff like that. The whole Caribbean is like 50% to 60% of the blood are African blood. And then there's other mixes. There's like, maybe 20%, Spaniard, or in 10%, Taino or Arawaks and stuff like that. The same thing, and then it gets a little bit less in South America. It gets a little bit less in Mexico. Brazil has a high percentage and stuff like that. So this is what I'm saying. Latinos are black. A lot of Latinos are black. They have a big, and when they say in this country, if you have the drop system,
one drop rule.
One drop rule. So, the reason why they want to separate themselves from being black is because of what that word that I said before has happened to these big systems. And, I know we spoke about this before, and like, it's not about the society, but it is, because they want to separate, because you don't get the same benefits if you are dark. The darker your skin, the darker the skin, the darker it gets. And that's why they say in a lot of Latino countries, oh, you want to better the race. And by bettering the race, you got to marry white.
Let's talk about that, because you are Dominican and obviously I'm Haitian. And you understand the what's been going on in the Dominican Republic since like forever. What do you make of it? Where do you think this is ever going to end? Where does it start? And
look, I believe we are in a knot after knot after knot after knot after knot since the beginning of since the colonizers got here. First Spain, then France, then the Dutch got involved for a little while, then England and America and stuff like that. And there's been pockets on, oh, we're gonna take, and throughout this whole thing, the barrier of language at first, and the war between Spain and France in the same island, we adapted that. We adapted that war.
What do you mean we like?
They're fighting for territory. And at one point, French got kicked out, but then at another point, French took over, and that's before Haitians became independent. Then France took over and kicked the Spanish out and took whole control of the island, and then Spain came back. So it's been this back and forth, and throughout this whole thing, they have been bringing slaves from Africa.
Well, they were not slaves; they were black people. They were Africans. They got enslaved. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I just don't want people to be like, "What?"
Yeah, no. So they brought people, people from Africa as slaves.